The spatial organization of agriculture. Spatial organization of agriculture. Basically, so much of it has become vertically integrated. And what I mean by that is you have so many companies that are controlling the entire supply chain here. So basically, an agribusiness is when you have these integration of different steps in the food processing system here as a whole. Let me give an example of this vertical integration. An example of this vertical integration is something that looks, oh, my Tyson chicken, there it is. Tyson chicken. Tyson chicken. And look here at all of this kind of stuff. Tyson chicken owns everything from the breeding of chickens to literally the distribution of it in the end. So when it ends up in a store. And so you can see there just the average chicken of what that looks like. And so, I mean, a chicken at this point, it gets to your house pretty quickly from when it's born, and chickens are getting bigger, and they've bred them specifically to do that. And now they're having controlling the environment of what chickens grow up in, which costs a ton of money. It costs a ton of money. So you see more and more transnational corporations are doing this, and less family farms. That you have what's known as the rise of a suitcase farm. So a suitcase farm is the fact that no one actually lives in the farmhouse anymore, and so they'll rent it out. And so, for an example, when my grandmother has her land, that land's going to get rented out. So no one, the farmhouse will still be there, but no one has is just going to be there for the long term. No one's going to be there for the long term, and the land is rented out to some bigger company that will then farm the land. So, as an example of this, you look here at this map and just how much farmland is going to bigger and bigger companies that, as a whole, down here, yep, farm size is only getting bigger as we move forward. Now, if you're really small, you can hold on, but your medium-sized farms are getting kicked out. Those smaller farms, they're becoming more on the organic side of things. So this is just an example here of vegetables, of what vegetables can look like on the two sides, the homeowner side versus the agribusiness side. Honestly, most food we have today is grown on the agribusiness side. More and more and more people, they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the smaller farms getting kicked out. It's kind of one of the themes for this whole unit is get bigger, change, or get out. Is what's happening to farming all over the country, and it's because the supply chains are continually, or the commodity chains are continually becoming more and more dominated by transnational corporations. This is, I'm not saying it's better or worse. I'm just saying it is. Are they supplying more food than we've ever had before? Yeah, they are. Now, are they doing it in potentially some harmful ways? Yes, they are. For example, monoculture. Monoculture is when you're the rising or raising of a single cash crop on one large plot of land. Now, it looks cool. I agree. But when you have, I mean, your loss of biodiversity is massive, and its susceptibility to disease is massive. So let me give an example. Madagascar is our largest producer of, our what is still the largest producer of vanilla in the world. But a couple of years ago now, Madagascar had a huge issue with basically the vanilla crop. Well, vanilla prices went through the roof. Well, because basically one place is growing it, and that's all they were growing. So Madagascar farmers went through a really tough time, and the vanilla market got in trouble as well. And so transnational corporations then started to put plantations in other places, primarily India and Indonesia, and a little bit in the Philippines. Now, as a whole here has become way more than just an agricultural commodity, or I'm sorry, way more than just a food commodity as well. You can see here corn versus on the food side, corn on the industrial side here, that more and more food is going to ethanol and going to animal feed, things like that. And so just how we use food is way different. And it's now just flat out more of a business than a food aspect. And so here's a typical agricultural value chain. And you can see here production, harvesting, and then where it ends up and kind of everything in between. That food in the end is just a commodity. Or I'm sorry, anything agricultural is a commodity that people are buying and selling and going back and forth. And so what that means is the organization of it is bigger. So the last one down there, those feedlots. Feedlot, simple concept, right? Simple concepts in which you're going to have animals that are going to be in a smaller location than before. They can't move as much, and they're going to get fatter. So same, I mean, it's the same concept as humans, right? So cows, same concept. You're going to feed them a lot in one spot. Most of the time, you're going to feed them corn. Why? Because it's economical. Is it good for the cow? No, it's not good for the cow. Is it good to make them big really quickly so they can send them to get processed and slaughtered? Yeah, it is. And so they make a metric crap ton of money off of that. And that's why I like the pictures of this feedlot here because it's huge. It's absolutely huge. And so therefore, how's the smaller farmer supposed to compete with that? It's really hard for the smaller farmer to be able to compete with that. And so the one thing I want you to be able to take away from this lecture, they're getting bigger, no question about that. Throughout the country, farms are getting bigger. And they are continually agribusinesses are controlling more and more of the entire chain of supply, and that is vertical integration.